All right, joining me now is constitutional law attorney Jenna Ellis, also a former legal counsel to former President Trump. Welcome, Jenna.
Great to see you. Thanks.
All right, Jenna. So we just heard from Logan's story that it seems that the Democrats, many of them, are really just out for indictments. Is it possible that President Trump, former President Trump, could be indicted? I know we don't know exactly what they're looking for or exactly what they will find, but could he be?
That's always possible, but listen, there's so much that we don't know about the substance of this particular raid, whether it was a pretext just to go in to conduct a widespread search to find something that they can say, okay, now here is a crime, because we know that they have been going after the person of Donald Trump since before he took office back in 2015. This is the same FBI that lied about a dossier that ended up in the FISA court, and we know that they have lied about other things. They perpetuated the Russia collusion narrative. All of this has been multiple attempts just to get Donald Trump. And so, as Logan pointed out, that tweet from Mar-a-Lago also ended up in that same thread, recognizing properly that the Constitution sets up standards and specific qualifications and disqualifications for a person running for president. And so even though the Democrats have tried to use the 14th Amendment, they may be trying to now use the United States Code, none of that ultimately trumps the U.S. Constitution in terms of qualifications for an individual running for office. So even if they are successful in indicting President Trump, I don't think that either legally or even in the court of public opinion that would preclude President Trump from running in 2024. And everyone who is seeing what a disaster this raid has been, ultimately, this is just working in Donald Trump's favor, because people are seeing what a disaster the FBI has been historically and for years. No one trusts them anymore.
Interesting standpoint there. And also, we do have some new information out from the New York Post today saying that the FBI searched former First Lady Melania Trump's wardrobe and spent hours in Trump's private office. They report the raid was on presidential records and evidence of classified info possibly stored at Mar-a-Lago. I can't imagine anything being stashed inside a gorgeous gown.
Well, yeah, what are they looking for? Classified shoes? I mean, this is just so overbroad, it's ridiculous, and it lends credibility to the speculation that this was just a pretext under the Presidential Records Act to go in and search the entire estate for something that they could possibly use to have a pretext to indict President Trump. And again, this is why, as many people are saying, the FBI and certainly Attorney General Garland needs to make a statement, but also for the Republican GOP, what are they waiting for? They're sitting back and saying, well, let's see what they say. Well, this is the same administration and the same agency that has repeatedly lied, has repeatedly given false information, like I said, to even the FISA court. So what are they waiting for? Just to sit back and take a statement on face and say, oh, okay, sure, there's a justification. No, we need to see the actual search warrant, and we need to see the justification and the legal basis that this judge actually signed off on for this raid.
Speaking of legality, we're learning that the FBI wouldn't allow anyone to be on the premises during this raid. Is that typical? Is that legal?
Well, you know, I mean, it's certainly interesting. And I think that the fact that they conducted this raid while President Trump was 1,000 miles away in New York, typically these types of things, if they're just looking for documents, they would issue what's called a subpoena ducis tecum, or just a subpoena for documents. And the fact that we know that his lawyers were in negotiations with the DOJ on this particular subject for months. What is the justification, and why would they do this when President Trump is 1,000 miles away? There's no real discussion here that there's a possibility that these documents were in danger of being manipulated or destroyed. And so to not allow anyone to even look at what they were doing does raise a lot of questions.
All right, Jenna Ellis, we really appreciate your expertise. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
J.P. Morgan's CEO is warning that an economic hurricane is coming. Are you preparing? If you don't do anything, your 401k could be a 201k, and that is not good. So call our trusted friends at Lear Capital. For 25 years, Lear has helped investors own gold to protect against market chaos. It's a good thing. They can help you too. Get your information and up to $15,000 in bonus IRA gold. Just call this number, 800-880-4300. That's 800-880-4300.